G'day guys, welcome back. Look, I'm going to use this mold today to do a beach pour. Well, I'm going to attempt to do a beach pour. This was my last attempt. Let's pop them up here. And they weren't very good. I mean, the colours were beautiful, I liked them, but my waves just weren't any good. So I've been watching lots of YouTube videos. I'm ready to try my waves again. Oh, and everyone wanted to see the backs when I did these. They were going, you didn't show us the backs. That's because there's really not much to see on the back. See? There's not much to see on the back. It's just, yep, there's just that. That's the front. That's the back. Whoops. Still pretty, but yeah. That's probably my favourite. It's got a little bit of wave there. And the other one, this has got way too much. It's like a tsunami happening or something. Way too much wave. That's the back. All right, so that's them. And I have put this on my cake turntable because when I want to blow my waves out, because this is going to be the sand in here, when I want to blow the waves that way, I can't really blow them towards me, so I can just do that and then still blow the waves away from me. So yay. Now let me move this out of the way. Just pop it over here for now. And I'll tell you about my colours and things that I'm going to do. I'll mix up my colours. I've got a cup for each one. I've got a cup for the clear. Now I'm not going to do the white just yet, the cast and craft. I'm going to pour the beach first, and then I'm going to wait till this afternoon. Look at my dirty hands. I was shaking one of my alcohol ink bottles and the lid wasn't on properly and it went everywhere. So anyway, I'm going to do the white later on. Once the top has set, then I'm going to pour another coat of clear on, and that's when I'm going to use my waves. So we'll put that over to the side. My beach, I'm going to use half Golden Sand by Pixie Dust and half Interference Gold by Bling. And then for the shallow water, I'm going to use the teal in the Pinata. Give them a really good shake. And then for the slightly darker water, I'm going to use the Baja Blue in the Pinata. And then a new one that's just arrived, which I bought from LeRez, is Appetite. I don't know how you pronounce that. Appetite Blue. It's a beautiful shimmery bluey green color, which I thought would look nice for the dark ocean. Hopefully it's not too green. We'll see what it looks like when I mix it up. I can always add a little bit of blue if it's too green, but you know, dark ocean water tends to be more of a green, doesn't it? I'm using the Barnes Clariti, and I've mixed up, normally I'd use 300 grams for coasters, but I've only got 200 grams here, and then the last 100 grams I'll use as my top coat when I do the waves. Okay, so I think what I need is kind of equal amounts, you know, that much sand, that much light blue, that much dark blue, and then that much of the darkest. So let's start with maybe, I'll just put equal amounts in my cups. These are 120 ml cups. Probably got about half full. We'll just see. I'm just going to do equal amounts. I'm going to put a bit of clear in as well. I think the clear helps like to blend, where you put your light blue and your dark blue and then you put a bit of clear on it. It kind of helps to blend it a little bit. So I've got a little bit left, so let's just even these babies out a bit. So what have we got? About half a cup in each, really. I'll use all of that. So I guess it's going to be a bit of a long video again. I'm sorry. My videos, these resin videos, they just take a while. I mean, if I mixed up all my colours beforehand, that would save on time, hey. But I think you guys like to watch them, watch me do it. I don't know. You can always fast forward, I guess. Right, so now I don't want a very dark beach. So I'll put a little bit of each of this in. I really like the interference gold. I think it's like my favourite colour at the moment. So let's put a scoop of that in, and then just a half a scoop of that one in. Because I don't want it very dark. Just a hint of the sort of tan colour. Takes a while to mix in, doesn't it? And if it's too dark still, I can add a little bit more of the interference gold. But I think that looks nice. I mean, you don't want it to be yellow. I want it to be just a touch of goldy looking in it. I think that's really pretty. All right, let's put those away. Hopefully it's, I don't think it's too transparent. It should be fine. I don't mind a little bit of transparency in it. That's that one. Okay, now the pinata. I had trouble with my purple the other day, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I didn't shake it enough. Maybe all the dye was sitting on the bottom. Maybe. Let's shake it really well. And I'm just going to do a squirt, basically, and see how that goes first. Because I do want it to have some colour. It looks quite blue in there, doesn't it? When it comes out, it looks more of a teal. Especially when it mixes with the gold, because you know how blue and yellow make green, so we do get more of a teal kind of a shade. So it looks very transparent. The only way to really tell is to get a piece of paper towel and put a bit on there, and then see what it looks like, and see if you're happy with it. Because when you look at it on the stick, you can't really tell, because you can see the colour that's sort of dyed into the stick. I'm going to go with another squirt. Whoa, splashed. Don't want it to be too transparent, you know, you want to be able to see the teal. So 2 squirts in about 60 ml, that's 2 ounces. So these are 4 ounce cups, so half full. That's better, so you can see the difference. So just test a little bit on your paper. Now we'll go with the Baja Blue. Give that a really good shake. Just saw some pigments that hadn't been mixed in floating on top. Look at that colour. Oh, I love this colour. I'm going to show it to you. I haven't got enough. Pretty, huh? Okay, let's keep shaking. Have I got enough beach colour? 1, 2 squirts. I might actually take a little bit of my clear and add it to the beach, because I'm just worried that I'm not going to have enough beach colour. But if you divide the coasters kind of into 4, each colour, let's test that. That's good. Okay, so that's my teal, that's my blue. Let's try this one. This only arrived in the mail yesterday, so we'll see what happens. Now, I don't know how much. It's a bit sticky. Are they supposed to be like that, sticky? Let's just try that much. See what happens. It's kind of sticking to the stick. Oh, it'll get there. It just needs a bit of mixing, I guess. Get it off the stick. Wipe the stick on the side of the cup. There we go. Get it off. I don't know, are they supposed to be sticky like that? I got one, actually I got two that were really dry and hard. I don't know what you're supposed to do with those. Okay, so that's still quite transparent there. Let's do another little bit. Another little blob. If I can get a blob out, there we go. Really pretty shimmery colour, so I hope it works well. Because when I did the other coasters, I can't remember, I think I just used all alcohol inks for the blues. Okay, still a little bit transparent, but I think that's okay. I think that'll look nice, hey? We shall see. We shall see. Now let's just add a little bit of that to that. And I'm going to pop in a tiny little bit more of the Bling It. Just to go with that extra little bit of resin that I put in. But yeah, feel free to fast forward if you don't want to watch me mix paints. I guess if you're an experienced resiner, you just want to get to the end and see what it looks like, then that's fine, you can just fast forward. I'll never know. But then if you're just learning like I am and you like to watch every little step that people are doing, like some of the videos, I think, oh, the end picture looks really nice, and I go to watch the video and it's just all music and it's like fast forward, and I'm thinking, well, that's not helpful. I'm not learning anything. So I just move on to the next one. Because, you know, I want to learn. And the only way I can learn is by step and listening to people explain things. That's how I learn anyway. Right, I'm just going to put these back here. I hope it's dark enough. Okay, now we'll move move that back in, and I'll just check to make sure that you're still in frame. Oh yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? Pretty good. I'm only up to 12 minutes, that's okay, isn't it? All right, here we go. So as I said, I'm not going to pour the white. I'll come back to you after this is dried, set. Doesn't have to be fully cured, like I'll just come back this afternoon. Okay, here we go. Just going to squeeze. These are lovely little cups, these. I love them. 112 mils, 4 ounces. And you can bend them like that. Okay, so the sand is going to be here in the straight part, and it's going to get darker and darker into the wavy part. I was so unsure whether to have the sand in the wavy part, but I don't know, I think this will look nice, so let's go. Let's just do it. I'll put a little bit in first. Make sure everybody's got the same amount. Because I think the blue, because this is being a mica pigment, it's heavier, so it's going to kind of sink. So when I put the alcohol inks over, it's going to kind of flow. I'm going to try and make like a little pattern. I don't know. I'm just going to use it all. It can all be a little bit different. Yeah, I think I do think the alcohol ink is going to kind of like flow over the top of this and maybe hide it a little bit. So that's why I thought I better put in extra. But it will look quite nice, I think, like in a three-dimensional way with the white, sorry, the pale water, shallow water flowing over the top. Actually, I think I should do the dark one next around here. Fill in my little crevices. Looks pretty, doesn't it? It's a really nice dark greeny blue colour. And it is flowing into the middle, but that's okay. When I put the other colours on, or next to them, hopefully they will push these away. Now I've got a little bit of that left, so we'll just leave that there. And now I want to do the light colour, the teal. I'm going to put it here and hopefully it'll push that beach back a little bit. Oh my gosh, my beach has taken over. Taken over. I don't know, you guys, is it supposed to do that? Now that there's no room left in my other colour. That's all right. Okay, here we go. This is the darker blue. And I'll put it up here and hopefully it'll push that teal down. But I think they're all just going to blend, hopefully beautifully together. I'll put that one up near the dark one. I'm going to make sure I don't put too much in because I do need some left for my top coat. Okay, that one's empty. And let's put a little bit more of the dark. Actually, what would happen if you did layers? Like put a little bit of, maybe I can do that, a little bit of sand, a little bit of the dark blue, and a little bit of each, and then go and put some more on the top. That way it wouldn't, maybe that way it wouldn't blend too much. What do you think? But it is looking very natural. You know how the water just kind of moves over the beach. Now if you've got anything that you've spilt, take a little baby wipe, very handy, and just clean them up. Also, if you get resin on your gloves or on your skin, you can use your little baby wipe. Just tidying up my edges. And I've only hardly ever used that, really. It hasn't got much on it. So I'm just going to actually poke it back into its little container. Because it's got a little plastic lid. I'll use it again next time. Okay. Oh, it's looking very green, isn't it? Oh, you can't see the depth there. The way the gold goes down like that and then the clear's over the top. Oh my gosh. I actually don't think, I'm just trying to see which one needs a little bit more. Let me put a little bit of this. Oh, I just remembered. Last time I did the sand and then I did the clear to separate them. I don't think I want to do anything else to that. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna leave it. I think this one needs a little bit more though. What if I put a little bit of clear just like that? I don't want to disrupt the beach though. Whoops. I'm going to have to kind of do it to all of them now, just so that they're the same. Okay, there's a little bit left. Oh, I should torch. Okay, let's torch. Let's try this. You know that heat gun I've got? I put my hairdryer nozzle on the top of it. That's what I'm going to use to blow to get my waves. But let's just see if this will work for popping bubbles. I really don't want to move it too much. But everyone says to me, don't use a naked flame, you'll you know, damage your molds, and I don't want to damage my molds. This one cost me $60, 60 Australian. It's a good quality mold, so I don't want to ruin it. I just don't know whether it's as good as the Naked Flame to get bubbles out. Is it? I don't know. Maybe if I don't move it so fast, hey? There's a hair or something in that one. Okay, well, it's looking, it is looking very beachy. Is that a hair or is that just a piece of, no, it's just a bit of gold. It's got these like gold streaks through it. I'm going to give just a quick hit with my brulee torch. Just in the middle. Just I don't trust that other one. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, that looks really pretty. The only thing is, which I'm probably a little bit concerned about, is the blue taking over. That was another reason why I put extra gold on. I just have a feeling that this blue is going to push its way onto the beach, but we'll see. I can actually see the beach through there. It looks really, really pretty. I'm just going to take you down for a bit of a close-up, and I'll see if I can show you. Yes, I'm a little bit disappointed I forgot to put my clear next to the beach, and that kind of made a bit of a barrier to stop all the when I did this one, it kind of made a bit of a barrier between the beach and the ocean, and it stopped too much of the water flowing over the beach, but we'll see. It just means I get to do another one, doesn't it? Because you can kind of see where the water there is going over the beach, and the beach kind of goes a little bit lower kind of thing. You can see the 3D look of it. Can you see? I don't know if you can actually pick it up. Anyway, I'll give that focus. Turn my autofocus off. I get a better resolution when I don't use autofocus, but I don't know whether it's better to have autofocus. So we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully I won't lose all my beach. Cross your fingers for me. All right, I'll be back in about 4 hours or so, and we'll do another clear coat with some waves. Hopefully some waves. All right, see you then. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. It's been about 2.5 hours. I've had my coasters covered with this plastic container just to keep some dust off. The other thing that I did that I didn't video, as I thought this blue had taken over and left only about that much beach. So before it had dried, this was about 20 minutes after I saw you last, I mixed up a little bit more resin, I mixed up a little bit more sand, and I just poured it in over the top. And that seems to have worked. I'm still getting like a 3D look there, but it is, if you can hear that. Oh, I made little dots now. I mean, it's still soft, but it should be okay to pour on. Look, I've made up some more resin, and I made up way more than I needed. I don't know why I did all this, but I did. Anyway, I've got this other little coaster. I'll just pour in that with the leftovers. So the first thing I'm going to do, let's see if I can put that up there so that I can show you what I'm doing. Actually, I actually want to weigh this just so I can see how much I'm putting in. Let me see if that's in screen still. Kind of. Push it over a bit. Anyway, I'm just going to wait just so I know for future reference how much to use. This is going to be my wave little formula. I'm going to put in 30 grams of resin, which is 1 ounce. And I probably don't need all that anyway, but trying to use too little also just doesn't work, does it? Just so I know for future reference. Right, that's 30 grams, 1 ounce. And then to that, I'm going to put in my Cast and Craft. Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing how much that weighs too, just so that I know. I'm going to try for 5 drops. I don't know whether I can get 5 drops out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't even register. Like I say, ignore that. I actually don't think that that's enough personally, but what do I know? Let's stir it. I just know that when I did my other beach, these ones, I didn't put enough in. See how it's all wispy? I didn't make it opaque enough. So what I just want to do, I'm just going to do a squirt like that. I'm going to do a squirt. I don't know how much that was, but it was a squirt. That's the Cast and Craft. Castin, not casting. All right, let's give that a stir. And look, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I just figured, you know, I didn't use enough in my last attempt at waves. So this time I'm going to do more. And then the other thing I'm going to add to is 2 drops of Pinata white alcohol ink. Give it a really, really good shake. I hope I've left enough room on my coasters because I've added the extra beach now. They're almost full. They're almost to the top. Okay, here we go. 2 drops. Get in there. 1, 2. I don't know whether 2 drops are going to make much difference, but I've seen other people add alcohol ink. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm really nervous, you guys, because that's really pretty as it is. I mean, I could just leave it like that and say, look, I did beautiful beach coasters. So, you know, I may well ruin it now by doing this. Right, so that's that there. I'm going to put a little bit of clear in my cup. Again, I don't need very much at all, and I've got still half a cup left for doing something else. Okay, what I'm going to do is pour a little bit into each. Oops, I need a little bit more. Look at that, a little bit more. It's just easier pouring from these little cups, that's all. Now, I don't want to put too much in at this stage because I don't want to overflow everything and burst the banks, so to speak. Let's just push that out. And I've got my little turntable here, so it's easy just to, oh, this is going to take a while. All right, let me put you on pause. I'm going to do this because it's going to be very fiddly getting into all these little edges here, so I'll be back shortly. So I'm just about done with my leveling. This one here is overflowing. I've obviously put too much in that one on the first round. You can see it's overflowing there. I'm just taking my little baby wipe or makeup, face makeup wipe, and just making sure that none of them are overflowing. This one here where there's still quite a lot, it's overflowing. I'm just actually taking some resin off where it's overflowing and wiping it on a piece of paper towel that I've got here. It is self-leveling, so it'll just kind of come back in. This is the only one that's a little bit too full, so I've obviously put too much resin in on my first round and it's overflowing just on this edge here. So I'll just do that. Just thought I'd show you what I'm doing. The rest of them are pretty good. None of them are overflowing. It's just that one. So I'll leave that. I might have to keep dabbing at it because it keeps wanting to overflow. So it can just flow out on its own and cover those little gaps that I've made. Hopefully it'll just self-level. Okay, now I have to keep stirring this. If I want to reuse this, I have to keep stirring it, otherwise it's going to go off. Well, we'll see what happens. I may not even have time. It'll just be wasted. So actually that looks as if it might not be quite in on the edge there. Let's fill that in. It's tricky. It's really tricky to do a second layer on such a little piece like that. Oh, I haven't gone over here either. As I can see the lights shining on it. I can actually see the little bits that aren't covered by a second layer. I probably wiped it off when I did that. So just look across it and make sure that everything's covered. It takes a little bit of time. It's a little bit of a fiddly thing to do, but look, if you go over a little bit, you can just sand off any little extra bits, hey? Won't be too bad. Get in there. Taking some off now, I'm putting some back. Okay. I think this one's pretty good now. It'll be fine. All right. Now, I have got my, I'm just going to wipe my hands because I've got resin on my gloves, just with this baby wipe, because I don't want to pick up my heat gun and get resin all over it. So rather waste a baby wipe than get resin all over your heat gun. So that's it there. It's just an embossing tool. I have ordered a heat gun through eBay, but it hasn't come yet. And I've just put my hair dryer nozzle on it, so I get this narrow thing, and I've taped it. So that's what I'm going to use. So wish me luck with that. And I've also got my creme brulee torch. Oh gosh, I'm nervous, you guys. Right, so I'm going to do these two first and blow it out that way, and then I'll turn it around and do it this way. I'm just going to do the beach first, and then I'll do like another layer up here. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I don't want to ruin it. All right, let's put some on. Okay, there we go. It's probably too much. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow, just heat it and blow over it, I think. Just gently, because I just want the bottom to move at this stage. Oh, it's moving. It's moving. Now it's coming back in. Why is it coming back in? Do I need to blow it out more? See, when I've seen other people do it, they have no resin, like no wet resin on the bottom. Maybe that's why. Let's just blow it out. Maybe I've got a bit too much. Let's blow it out. And maybe it'll stay out, because it needs to stay out there, doesn't it? Is that right? It looks a bit weird. Okay, I'm just going to heat it a bit with my torch, because I've seen other people do this, and that's what brings the lacing up. I don't know, it's not really working for me. Oh my gosh. I'm going to put a little bit more cast and craft in. See if I need a little bit more of an opaque. Maybe I don't need so much of it. I really don't know, you guys. I thought what I was doing was right. Oh my gosh. Let's try a little bit less of the white, hey? If I can get less of the white. How about we just try that? Okay, here we go. It's blowing out, but then it's coming back in again. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. It's like blowing up and then it's just coming straight back down again. Yeah. Maybe it's because this area here is wet. Maybe it needs that edge of dry resin and then the wet resin. I don't know. I'm going to go straight down. I just don't know why it keeps moving around so much. Alright. Maybe this is not hot enough. Maybe my heat tool's not hot enough. Let's whack it with this. It's just burning it, making it go yellow. All right. I don't really know what to do next. I thought that would work. Now are my sides overflowing again? Hang on. It's because I've heated it up. I really thought I'd had it this time. I watched videos. I thought, yep, I've got it this time. But apparently not. Let me just get that overflowing again. It's because I'm heating this one up and blowing it around. I don't really know what to do, guys. I don't know. Okay, let's just... All right, I'm going to have another go with this. Maybe I need to wait a little bit for my resin to kind of harden, maybe. Blow a little bit of the waves onto the beach, hey? Yeah, see, it's not really working. I actually liked it without the waves. Okay, maybe that's too much. Maybe I put too much cast and craft in there. Let's get another cup. Let's try again with less. Maybe the original 5 drops was the better choice, hey? Let's put some in there. And we'll just go back to the original 5 drops. 1. Get in there. 2. It's hard to get drops. 3. 4. Because it drops and then it kind of has a trail behind it. So 5. And 1 drop of alcohol ink. Okay, let's see if that's any better, hey? Although I don't know how I'm going to get the white off now, because I don't like that. I don't think I can get it off. I don't know, you guys, like other people do it and they make it look so easy, and then Julie tries it and no. So it's not something that I don't think you can just practice, because you have to go through all the rigmarole of making all your resin and, you know, and then you just have to hope for the best. I'm going to try and get this off. I'm going to get that off and then I'm going to come back to you and we'll try again. The resin's starting to go hard because it's only a very thin amount, so it's starting to go off. So I'm just going to pour a little bit more over here where I've kind of scraped it with my palette knife to get it out. Like so. What are you? You a bubble? I think you're a bubble. Okay. Let's just try again. Let's go over here. So this is the mix that I've just made. And again, I'm not sure how much I need. Probably don't need a very large amount because it's only a little coaster. Oh, now I've got resin all over my hands again. I guess you've got to work quick, hey, because it's only a very thin layer of resin that I've added on there, and it's, I guess it goes off. I don't know, does it go off faster? All right, let's go. Let's try it again. It's just pushing the whole thing up. It's not staying on the beach. Why aren't you staying on the beach? Why are you flying everywhere? Whoops, now I've overlapped, overflowed it again. Okay. Petra, if you're watching, can you please do a beach pour? Petra Youngblood. Hey Petra. Oh, hi Petra. Please do a beach pour and show me how to do this. Because this is my third go now and I'm not having any luck. All right. Well, I've got this and I'll just have to keep going with it, I think. Maybe I need my proper heat gun. Maybe this just doesn't do the trick. Let's just try this, hey? It's just burning it. No, that's not working. It's just burning it. I need to actually push it, but it's not pushing. It's just coming back into the middle. I'm just going to swish it around a little bit so it looks as if I've got kind of waves. I don't know. At this stage, I just have to get a wriggle on and try and get something that looks a bit like waves. Oh, here comes the rain. Might try the thicker one again. Actually, look at that. See that? That's looking more like waves. Maybe I'm putting on way too much. Maybe. Let's just put a tiny little bit on. This is the area that I took off before. Maybe I just had way too much. You guys, it's working a little bit. I think I had way too much white. That's why it was like pushing it and then coming back again. It's kind of working. Kind of. Over here is anyway. And then I torch it. Phew, making look, it's kind of working. Maybe I'll let that set for a little bit and then try again. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong, having way too much, so it's like blowing it all and then coming back again. Let's try again now that it's had a chance to kind of thicken a little bit. We'll blow a little bit across onto the sand. Again, it's, you know, it's nowhere near perfect, but maybe that's the trick, not having so much white. We'll blow it back onto the beach just a bit. This one here is the best. Try and scoop it off. Probably shouldn't be using my palette knife because I'm not going to get the resin off it, am I? All right. Let me just clean this palette knife real quick with some alcohol so it doesn't stick. Okay, this has been much more difficult than I ever expected it to be. Need some more paper towel. And throw all my old wet stuff in the bin. Now I need to wipe my hands again. The struggle is real, you guys. It is real when you're learning. All right, now I've got to wipe my hands again before I can pick up my torch. All right. Maybe you need to kind of wait for your white to thicken a little bit, like to set. I don't know. Push it out again. It's not making the lacing though. It's not. Try and pick that up. I don't like that. I don't want to use my palette knife again. So it's just kind of like clouds. It's just like wisping away and not turning into lacing. So if anybody knows what I'm doing wrong, let me know. I would appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to hit it again with my little torchy thing here. Pop some bubbles. Yeah, really not getting the lacing. I think I'm just going to leave it like that, you know. That was such a struggle, and it does give the illusion of waves, you know, that I don't have the lacing, but it's giving me the illusion of waves over the beach. And I love this up here. I don't want to cover it with white and like ruin it, because I just don't want to ruin it. I'm just going to go over here where it's overlapping a little bit again. Oh my gosh, that was exhausting and terrifying at the same time. And I don't really have enough resin to do anything else, I don't think. And to tell you the truth, I'm kind of over it. All right, I'm going to take you down for a close-up. Oh, the other thing, just be really careful. When you're taking your gloves off, you've probably got resin on your thumb, and I do this, and I don't know if you can see, but I have like a little resin reaction type thing happening there from the other day, the red dots. So when you take your, I'm waiting for my wristbands, you know those wristbands that people play tennis in? I'm going to put those on because I take off my glove and I touch my skin there, and I'm getting this like an eczema reaction. So I'm going to go and wipe that off with alcohol real quick in a minute. But let's just get this done. I'm sorry, the video is so long again. Right, it does kind of look a little bit like beach. I just wish I could get some lacing. It's just going all, you know, swirly. Looks like clouds. So if anybody knows what I'm doing wrong, why won't you focus? Just had a call coming in, I had to press stop. Okay, so that's those two. We have clouds over our beach, but we've got some really pretty colors happening. So overall, you know, I'm happy with it. I am disappointed I didn't get my lacing, but hey, it's my third time at doing this. I guess I can't expect, that one's better. I can't expect to do it. Maybe I've only done it 3 times. Over there, see, I've started getting a little bit of lacing there, but again, yeah, I don't really know. Anyway, we will do the unmolding tomorrow. Still looks really pretty. Like, I'm happy with it. I'm just disappointed I didn't get. Good morning. I'm back, and we have the big reveal. Although it's not like we're revealing something interesting on the back because we're looking at the front. So basically they haven't really changed since you saw them last, but let's get them out anyway. And they should pop out really easily in this gorgeous mold. I haven't got my gloves on. Oh well. Oh look, you can see through them a little bit. Got that little bit of transparency there, which is nice, isn't it? And there's actually a little bit of glitter. Let me just move that. Just move the others out of the way so we can see this one properly. Nice and shiny. Oh, there's a tiny little lip there, but it's really not a problem at all. All right, let's have a look at the back. Oh, it's sparkly. A lot more gold on the back, hey? I was telling you that the gold sinks. So it's kind of, look at that. It looks like a landscape against the dark night sky. It's really quite pretty. I guess you could do it either way, but yeah, waves did not work for me. I'll just do that. Okay, next one. I'll do this real quick. Pop out. There we go. Again, you got that translucency, which is really pretty. I do like this one. There we go, there's the top. Oops, there's that ring light and the back. Put them up there. Let's get this one out. So some people, when I was having trouble with my waves, I went on a couple of resin groups and said, help, what am I doing wrong? And I had a few different you know, responses. Some people said use a thicker white line, others said put clear down and then the white. Well, I put clear on the whole thing and then white, so I don't know if that's any different. Others said maybe it's the resin, like, you know, maybe some resins work better than others when it comes to clouds, which I guess is a fair comment. My Stone Top art coat arrived the other day, so I'll be trying that and see if maybe, you know, the resin does make a difference, the type of resin. Other people said use different whites, some said use angel white, and others said use any sort of white pigment paste. And so I was getting lots of different responses, but I appreciate everybody's help. Can't really see that against the black. All right, let me pop them all up and we'll have a closer look.